So, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for the 3DS. Monster Hunter is one of Capcom's flagship titles in Japan. The series itself is pretty successful down there, but unfortunately hasn't gotten much recognition in the West. I mean, I played a bit of Freedom Unite on the PSP, and I never really got far into it. Luckily, my mindset on the series changed once 3 Ultimate started to trend in the scene, and wouldn't you know, I immediately jumped onto the Monster Hunter bandwagon once I got my hands on the newest entry. Monster Hunter is a pretty simple game once you break it down. You hunt monsters to collect things, to make materials, to hunt more monsters, to collect more things, to make more materials, to hunt even more Judging by how I described it, it's a tad repetitive, and archaic, and a lot of things actually. It takes time to get used to the controls, how you're committed to an attack once you press the button, all of the materials you can collect, what to do with them, what's the best weapon to use overall, and just how different of a game it is compared to your typical action game. The thing is, and this is important to anyone planning to get into the series, there is a serious learning curve that requires some downtime in order to fully get into it. Naturally, you don't start off that great, but as you keep grinding little missions and farm for every single material around you, you'll be on your way to getting that armor you've had your eye on for some time, and ultimately on your way to hunting some real-ass monsters. And this is where the game really shined. It's practically boss battle after awesome boss battle. But with the 4th entry in the series, there has been some improvements and new features to make monster hunting a bit more efficient for both veteran players and newcomers. Firstly, an actual story mode that has cutscenes introducing new monsters and different hub worlds. Each one is filled with missions to take from nearby residents, which gives your journey a better sense of purpose and goal in mind. I wouldn't call this a very memorable or impeccable story by any means, but it gets the job done and offers brief tutorial messages to let you know what exactly is going on. And the dialogue, well, let's just say that they had the perfect localization team. Movement across the game has also seen an improvement, as now you're able to land from a jump without losing your momentum, and are able to climb certain walls, which leads to another great feature about this game, air attacks and mounting. You can leap off of walls and perform air attacks on monsters, and if you're lucky, you can mount the monster rodeo style and stab at it to your heart's content, as long as you're able to keep your grip under control. It's a very satisfying move to pull off that changes your combat up and also does more damage in the long run. As a whole, the process of hunting a monster down is time consuming, but also very addictive and rewarding. I mean, just imagining going through all of that time and effort just to scour around the areas or place a trap or to just hunt the monster just to improve your equipment, and then finally killing it off by the wood of your blade, stealing its parts, and having that new shiny armor to show it off is quite satisfying. Not to mention, playing this game locally or online makes hunting monsters even more fun with a group of friends. I never considered Monster Hunter to be a very graphically appealing game, but it definitely nails the natural setting of the world around you, and Monster Hunter 4 further accentuates that atmosphere with more unique, vast environments and memorable set pieces. And to be perfectly honest, I do wish that we also got a Wii U version, as I think it would give the better textures more justice in high quality. But overall, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is one of the most engrossing and rewarding games I've ever played that I simply can't put down once I boot it up. I've placed over 40 hours into this game, and even when you beat the story mode, there's still a large number of missions to take on, and even DLC quests that consistently update. The amount of content in this game is second to none. Granted, it's still not as user-friendly as it really should be nowadays, and the somewhat tedious nature of the mechanics may turn off some, but for those who are willing to get used to the game, sink dozens, nay, hundreds of hours into this game, and watch their monster hunting skills progress, then look no further than this entry of the series.